Alright, it says it's red. Is there a specific way you want to start it out or anything like that? I know we didn't really like do that last time.
Ooh,
Papers.
senpais.
Well, you'd be the senpaiest of senpais though, because you've seen the most anime. I've seen the second
Oh, yeah,
most, and
sure.
Opaque's a noob.
I'm sensei.
Do we call you Alu Sensei? Ali Sensei?
Ali sensei. That sounds like a girl's name though. Ali. It sounds like you're saying Ali and then
Just call him Senpai Uwu. Easy.
senpai.
Alright, I'll be Senpai Owo then, and then you get to be Opaque.
I like Ali sensei. I don't know.
Alu Sensei?
Yeah, that's better. I don't want
Alright.
to be Ulu.
You don't want to be an
Like-
Uwu?
I like Ulu, but not that much.
Or are you saying Opaque?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay.
Welcome
So,
to Enemy Movies cast. You know.
Yeah, the second episode, the redo, because our
It's the remake. We can't.
Episode 1, Part 2.
We had the we had our original OVA come out. The one episode of OVA. This is the official season.
No, it was episode 0. It was episode 0, and this is episode 1.
Oh.
there you go.
okay.
The
There you go.
prequel.
Yeah.
It was a shitty ass prequel, but it lasted an hour.
Ooh.
What? It had so it was a semi decent sequel because it had a good opening, middle, and then the end was shit because it ended in gate.
Yeah.
Lol.
It, like they say, it's shit.
It's shit. I
Um.
don't remember if I showed Opaque that video or not.
So, we want to talk about Dororo first, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll do the three animes.
We're going to go over Dororo, Demon Slayer, and Midnight Occult Civil Servants.
I just called it Occult. I basically have it set up as Dororo, Demon Slayer, Occult. It's too hard to say
Dororo,
the anime names.
I thought it was a good comeback. Happy it wasn't a review.
Episode 13, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like it felt like an episode like trying to get back into the swing of things after everything that happened.
It didn't
It
feel.
definitely felt like they were trying to like there was some time has passed since the whole situation since episode 12,
Well,
and
it's
they
not
were
just-
trying to like address that hey, there's been time where Hakimaru is now like fully speaking and he's kind of more of a person now.
Well, my
A
biggest
little bit
issue.
of a dick, but
Well, my biggest issue with it is like we had to wait a week before this episode came out. First off, and then second off, like you're trying to remember like what happened the episode before. And I'm really happy this episode. I'm like really happy that this episode is not a recap episode, but some form of more information other than his mom just saying I can't save you, and then that was like all the information we had from the last
well,
episode.
we could have just rewatched episode 12 like yesterday or so if
Yeah.
you really wanted it.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like if they were
I
gonna
mean-
take a day off, that they should have had more callback to what happened the episode before. At least in my opinion.
I don't know.
They
I like how
recalled
they
it
did
well.
it.
I feel like they spent the extra week to do the new intro, but they did go over like the mom
Oh, yeah, new
trying
intro
to
is,
sacrifice herself. They showed like the brother's wounds and
I
all
thought
that.
how
good
they
stuff.
did it was honestly probably the best way they could have done it.
Okay,
Because I would have not liked if they kept like half the episode was them like recalling to everything.
Alu, we're
Like,
gonna
even, like,
we're gonna need to have a discussion. When Opaque is saying a statement, let him finish the statement and then jump in so we can hear the whole statement.
I did.
I thought
finish
I
it.
did. Yeah, I thought
Oh.
I did.
I don't know. It sounded like he was still talking.
Oh,
well,
I'm not that rude.
Lol.
just
Damn
making
movie.
sure. No,
Look at
like,
me,
oh
you
my
know, like I'm
god.
ruder than I am.
Whatever. I'm just making sure that everyone's able to finish what they want to say, so we don't talk over each other. You know,
know.
be it.
But you already cut
Yeah.
me off. You did what you said not to do.
No, I didn't.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, I'm
I
not
was
a
having my
paper. It's
thing,
fine.
and-
Hey, it's not. It's. No, we don't bring up his name because we're not toxic. Ninjas.
Kami-sama?
No.
Anyway,
he was a featured guest and decided to say I don't want to anymore. So featured guest is no longer on the list.
lol.
It's like a pull of
Anyway,
Voldemort. We do
I'm
not
gonna
say this.
say, I'm definitely gonna say I love the new intro. I thought it did do. It gave me a lot of Naruto vibes. Not gonna lie. It's like song, how like some of the like animation went, because it looked like, I don't know. It just felt very like Naruto esque. But
More
besides
fluid
that,
than the last one.
yeah, a lot more fluid. I definitely like the song choice. I don't know. I still will like
Potty as
yeah,
Alba.
yeah, party over, but I do think this fits more appropriate
Something
towards the
about a
series.
flame. Really high pitched.
Um,
But no, wait a second. I want to put in my info in the opening. So for me, the opening definitely seems less AMV, which is awesome. At the same time, it's like, because like the art I thought was actually pretty decent in the first one. The second one
Oh, yeah, the
definitely
first
seemed
one.
more money was put into it. But the thing that I didn't like about this opening is seemed like it was giving out more information about the possible story that's going to come ahead. In my opinion,
well,
it was just too
they
much.
also kind of did that with the first one, because I will say there was a
It was less
scene in the
noticeable.
first one where they showed Dororo beat up, and we did see him beat up like through like the first 12 episodes. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what an intro and even an ending are, where they do spoil a little bit. That's why usually I'll skip them. I'll watch it once
Yeah.
and then not really watch it after,
Right.
Because
because I
like
don't want to get spoiled.
in the first one, I feel like they still showed some spoilers, but it wasn't like to the point of the second one where like you literally see like an older version of Dororo and like
That is true.
Hyakimaru going like all like red demon slayer in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Um. Besides that, I think it was good. I think it was definitely more money and budget. They definitely were like, after the first 12 episodes, their probably budget went up because they were like, yeah. I think they expected it though. A lot of people were very hyped when it was announced.
What,
But
Dororo?
yeah, Dororo.
Oh, okay.
Because like the original was in like the 60s or 70s, something like that. Like the original series for Dororo.
Yeah, and then there was also the
And a movie that came out like not too long after the original. But this is like the official like current modern day art style and everything, which I like.
I think it would
But,
definitely be interesting to try and go back and actually watch the original show, but at the same time, I've seen the art for the original show, and it looks really bad. It looks really, really bad.
I thought it was interesting. I did feel like the demon that they kind of faced felt very familiar. I felt like we've had that kind of situation happen in the show before already. Like,
Yeah.
there's either a shapeshifter or some type of person like that. Felt like in someone that lures people, and it's a woman. No offense, but felt like it was a little. I don't know. Like, it felt like a recap episode, but just not a recap episode in a sense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like they focused less on like the demon killing aspect and focused more on like continuing to build the dynamic between Dororo and Hyakimaru and like
Yeah,
showing how like he's beginning to talk more.
It was definitely like a hey, let's take a moment and like really look at the characters kind of episode than like first 6 episodes were a lot of like
You knew
him killing demons back to back and getting body parts.
right. Well,
Yeah.
you knew something was gonna be up anyway. The second Dororo started calling the one chick
Yeah.
Mama, and it's just like, no.
I do feel like I got what they were trying to do with the whole mama thing for Dororo and Hakimaru, but I do think they kind of made Dororo a little too affected by it. I don't know, that's in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like
'Cause
what
I
they were
feel-
trying to do there, because like you remember earlier in the episode where Dororo told Yakimaru, you don't need
Your mom or
a
dad,
mother to live or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like by making Dororo call the shapeshifter, I forget her name,
Mom.
by calling her mom, and
Okaka.
then in the end choosing Hyakimaru over her, that just shows like he has a really big connection to Hyakimaru, where like he doesn't feel he doesn't feel the
it's
need
kind of
to
it was kind of like an episode to say, hey, look, they are family now, kind of thing.
yeah.
And I thought that was cool because I mean they kind of already even though at the end they were like, "Hey, is that your Oni-chan?" When they're like, he's like, "No, he's just Hakimaru."
Bro
You know?
is bro.
Yeah, and I thought I think it was just they kept it very like pure and innocent. Like they're friends, but at the same time they're family. You know,
Yeah.
which I think is probably the best way they can leave it that way.
Also map.
Also, tattoo map thing, whatever it
I
could be.
don't think it's a map.
I took a minute or two to look at it. It looked more like a tattoo, like a flower tattoo kind of thing. But there was some like kind of like statues. They looked really weird. We'll have to see what they go
Yeah.
with it. It's either definitely like a demon curse or something or another.
What are my other notes?
And
Yeah.
if it turns out to be a map, I'm gonna be like a little tilted that they were foreshadowing it like that, and where it didn't even really look like a map.
Yeah, because like to me it doesn't look
I'll
like a
say
map. Like it's like if you go towards the end of the episode where it's
yeah,
like a
where
full
yeah,
scale thing of
full
his
yeah,
back, it looks more like some like wispy like flowery design or like a spear
yeah,
thing, and then across the bottom they look like people with like hoods,
yeah,
almost like
yeah,
priests,
yeah,
just wrapped around the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
So I don't really
That's what
think it's a map.
I feel like it's some sort of tattoo kind of thing, and maybe it's not a demon thing. Maybe it's just something his mom did or to
Somehow.
Dororo, but yeah, somehow who knows.
Oh,
But
maybe.
considering that
Or maybe it was
it's
by
never
the
been
other dude.
The dad?
No, not the dad.
the
The
guy
guy,
that
the
betrayed the
traitor.
dad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah.
mean, maybe,
I would hope not.
but I highly doubt. It's like a highly doubt situation there.
Well, because he's still alive, right? If I remember right.
Yeah,
So he might
think
come
so.
back and, something might happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like we won't see. Like, I feel like he might
We'll see.
appear, but I don't feel like he'll be the cause of it.
Mm.
He's more like I feel like it's definitely something tied with the parents.
Yeah.
Like that,
But
it
he
has
was
to.
like, hey, it's a clan mark, and the only dude alive from the clan knows about it, type of thing. But I don't think he's the
Yeah,
one who like did it.
or it could be like a situation like before his mom died or the dad died, like kind of put it there as like more of like a protection, maybe, or like maybe it isn't a demon thing. Maybe it's like because like Hakimaru's mom was praying to the good demons, I guess.
Buddha.
Yeah, the gods, the good gods kind of thing.
Why'd you
It could
call
be
it
like
good
a
demons?
Yeah.
There's
I
also
don't
said he's
know.
a good demon.
Yakimaru.
yeah, Hakimaru.
He's not a
And,
demon yet.
and we
They
could
turn
talk about
into a
half.
demon.
Half demon.
he's
Eternal.
half demon. There you go. But there's been shows where they have good demons for him. But anyway, I do. It could be like a protection kind of thing against demons or something, and it would. I don't know. There's a lot of ways it could be taken, but definitely just have to see.
Mm. My
Not really
notes basically
say.
said Alu kept fucking up Dororo and Hakimaru's name. That was funny.
Well, I mean, we skipped a week, so kind of like
They're
forgot.
two
But at the
different
same time,
sizes
it
and
just,
two different genders. Okay?
I know, but like. It's kind of like a Kame no Kill. It's just like the name's not the main character, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Next note is the story for the
there.
statue is pretty interesting. So,
oh, the demon.
Yeah. So like
I thought it was. I don't know. It just felt like I said, it felt like something we've seen before in the show.
Wait, which one? The one where they're trying to kill
The
the
sculptor guy
face
and
thing?
the face thing.
I just thought the story behind was interesting. Just
Oh,
to
well.
make a statue, or like just the carver story in general
It
was
felt very like
done
something
before.
you've heard before. Yeah, it just felt very done before. Like
That might be because the whole premise of the story is Yakimaru killing demons, their statues breaking, and then giving
Well,
him his body part back. So that's kind of like
well, not that, but more of like the story of just like this guy spent so much time and trying to perfect his art, and
then comes back as a
Ah.
woman.
Well, look, the gender bender aside, just kind of like the layout of that story over. It's like it's an artist, and he like invests his whole life, and he gets shunned, and he literally kind of sacrifices himself to it. Just kind of that kind of scenario. Just felt very like I've heard this somewhere before.
Yeah.
The other note I had was the porridge thing. That definitely made me had to hold back a sob. Because I just, like, all I pictured was his mom's hands burning. Like, just eat from my hands. It's okay. Are you sure,
Yeah.
Mom? Like, oh my god. Like, just hurts. Since she was a he... I don't understand my notes. The face changing thing, I, like, called out it happening, like, because... Like, he said at the end, it's like, oh, you don't know what your mom's face looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, well...
Like, you look just like my mom. There's got to be a reason for that. And the dude, like, saying, you know, you're not my wife, even though you look just like her, and I want, you know...
Well, that's why I was like, it just felt very, like, heard this story before kind of situation.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can't tell you where I've seen it in an anime, but there's definitely been an anime where, like, there was an artist, and he literally kind of took on... God damn it, I can't think
I know exactly what you're talking about, and now I can't think of what it is.
Like, he literally, like...
I mean, we
paint
did just
kills
watch
for the
Avatar.
statue.
Well, not Avatar, but yeah.
He
But,
kills for the statue.
no, there was an anime where, like, one of the villains of the show, like, he literally would paint women, but he would take certain, like, aspects of men and women and try to create his own, like, perfect body from it.
Oh.
I see.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs?
No. I don't know. I forget what anime it was, but that was something that just kind of reminded me of it. Besides that...
Yeah, that's all I had.
I don't know. I just felt like I've seen it. I didn't mind it, but I felt like this was kind of like, yeah, kind of seen this one.
I thought it was a nice, soft episode, though, because, like,
Yeah.
you know, just trying to get Hyakimaru to, you know, chill out a bit. And he's like, I'm already chill, leave me alone.
Kind of like how Toxic said, it was more Opaque, just kind of like more of a, let's bring more character depth to Hyakimaru and Dororo, and kind of like allow them to actually go over what happened in the like last 2 episodes.
Right.
Kind of moment.
Right. Anyone else have any other comments on Dororo?
Nope.
No.
On to the next one, Demon the Slayer.
Kimetsu no Yabi, or Yaba. I don't know how to
I
say
ain't
that.
gonna try and say it in Japanese. I ain't racist.
Kimetsu no Yaiba. I don't know. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. That's
No
how I would
habla.
say it. Nope. Okay, that's racist. I gotta say,
I literally had
it's
like
good.
3 notes.
I will say, like,
Give me more now.
Yeah, give me more now. Kind of situation. Like, the animation totally looks familiar.
Mwah.
I can't tell you. Like, I've definitely seen this type of animation before used in another anime. Can't tell you which anime. It's very kind of, but it's good. It's well done.
It's not shit.
Yeah, it's not shit.
Yeah.
I like the characters so far. I will say Yu, or however you say his name, the guy with the sword. Fucking
Yeah.
He was
totally
awesome.
pulled.
The
He
dodge.
was cool. Well, the
And the
thing was,
Lucius
he
Snow.
his character totally was out of character in a sense. Like, that character usually is someone that's like hardly will give grace or like even mercy to like people, like his sister.
So
and
you were
stuff
expecting
like that.
him just to go on a rampage.
Well, not a rampage, but just the type of person that's like completely dead inside. They've experienced a similar situation, but
Which you talked
like,
about.
yeah, but like he literally just has no emotion left, kind of guy.
Those
And he,
eyes.
yeah, and that's why with the eyes too. It's just kind of like soul that said, yeah, this is not the type of guy that would give a second chance. But then, like, when you heard his inner monologue and other things like that, it totally was like, oh, he's completely different towards how his character looks. So that was cool. Main character goes, I like it. I like how he looks.
I hate his voice.
Personality-wise,
I don't think his voice mixes with his, like, it just needs to be different.
I don't know. You never know. It might change through the next episode or so.
Maybe.
But I do think like how he looks, the sister. I'm really excited to see what they do with the sister and him. Like I don't know. I just want to see more. It was good. They built it up well enough. Like.
So as I say, my note. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say like. They didn't take too long to explain his situation. They were just like subtle hints that hey, his dad's dead. It's just them.
I don't understand why they're stuck in a mountain though. Like, why are they the only ones in the mountain? And why does it take so long to get home?
Well, because they broke in. I don't know.
You don't know they're broke though. He's selling charcoal or whatever.
Well, he's selling charcoal because they wanted a full feast for New Year's, and he even said that. So it would make sense. Maybe his dad was someone that worked in the mountain, and they just lived there because dad. But then now the dad's gone. Now he has to take charge. It would make sense that way. I don't know. I'm not really gonna put too much thought into it unless they bring it up again. But
him being a footstool for like literally everyone in town was kind of.
I felt very kind of like. I don't know. It was kind of in this type of anime. It totally kind of fit a main character because usually the main character is always someone, which was kind of different. Like that was another thing. Like they kind of played the character differently than how you would have thought. Because like main character like him would be totally someone that would be like, he wouldn't have fought back. Like.
Oh yeah, the axe thing.
Like that whole axe thing scenario just totally like threw off his own, kind of like the other guy. Like they portray like how they look totally betrays how they really are, and that's kind of really cool. And even with him going around town helping people, like that type of person is like a fucking Kaneki type of person who just like literally is a footstool and then gets
saved by his friends.
Yeah. So for that type of scenario, like not to happen is kind of cool. And I do think it's kind of cool that the sister is is conscious, you know, like she's not like completely a demon.
Conscious?
Sorry. Yeah, conscious of what's kind of going on, and like she knows she's a demon, but she's not like giving in to the demon. Which is cool. I thought, because I didn't, at first I was like, oh, I hope she stays alive and they work together. And then when they were like threatening to kill her and shit, I was like, so this is just to fuel his rage.
Yeah, because like
I totally could have gone that way. Wait, go ahead.
But yeah, like I feel like by showing how like, hey, you know, the way you turn into a demon is by mixing demon blood with your own blood, and then bamski, you're a demon. But then having the sister go against that kind of like opens up the opportunity for like the backstory of the MC's like scar on his forehead.
Yeah,
so like
I do,
you know,
think...
maybe that because he has like the extreme sense of smell too, so it's
Oh.
like maybe connected.
I do feel like, and even the main character, because I can't tell you what his name is at the moment, but or Tanjiro, he totally gave like with the sense of smell and the scar, and that he didn't have it as a kid, and even said that the uncle or the person that lost his family, who's warning about the demons, said that his sister was a man-eating demon as a kid, and everyone was like, no, she's just a normal girl. So I definitely feel like they give off hints that hey, they knew she was a demon, and there's something like he's either a half demon or something, and he's connected to her. Like there's something like with that for sure. Definitely like interested to see where they keep going with it.
Besides, because even what's the sword dude's name? Sword dude.
It is Gayu.
Well, yeah, with him, like you said earlier, like oh yeah, he doesn't completely follow like hey heartless monster thing, but I don't know if you noticed, but his eyes were completely flat, like blue-gray when he showed up the first time. But the second that the MC starts groveling, he gets his pupils back in his eyes when he's screaming at him, saying like to not be weak, whatever. And then in the beginning, he was gonna decapitate the person, the sister, but then he ends up just stabbing.
Yeah, like a small stab. Yeah, that's why like with the dead eyes that he has at first and everything, and then like later on his like you said, the pupils come in and it actually shows emotion, just completely betrays like what he showed at first, which is kind of cool. And same with the main character, like he totally could have been a Kaneki of just being I'm a weakling kind of thing, and he tries to fight back but really can't, and relies on his sister to like beat him up. And that sort of happened, but like no, he actually did try to fight. Which
well,
is cool.
it was not even that though, because like the brother was kind of knocked out, and then she just went to save him. So
well, I know, but like at least he tried doing a smart plan of like throwing the tomahawk and stuff like that. Like if that didn't happen, like you could have totally put him. Yeah. Well, he would have been your typical main character who has to like
get saved by everybody else.
Yeah, and
that's trash.
Get stronger over time, and yeah, this character definitely will be a character that gets stronger over time, but at least they're doing it differently, and
he actually has a
and he actually has like a fight. Yeah, he's already got a footstep because of something in the past, which goes through his smelling and the scar. So.
You don't know that though. You don't know that yet.
Okay.
Don't make that assumption.
That is a typical assumption to make in this type of fucking anime.
Yeah, but you can't say that. You might.
Okay, if I get proven wrong, I'll take it back. But, like that's as someone that's
don't lie to our 0 viewers.
Genre, but as someone that's watched enough anime in this type of genre a lot, that's kind of the fucking way it goes. Take fucking fucking vampire demon boy.
Vampire demon boy?
Fucking the one Paper likes, and you like the fucking purple-haired chick and scythe lady. I can't tell you that. It's Sapphire Near the End, or whatever it is.
Purple scythe lady. Are you talking about Gate?
Seraph to the End? No, Seraph to the End, or whatever it is.
Oh! Purple scythe. Yeah, I like her. She's not the best character.
No. I was just bringing her up to remind you of the anime.
Okay.
But like, no, like similar stakes where, like, he went through something, and he like through his trauma and shit like that. And he was with a demon. It's similar type of anime where they like there's something that happened in the past, and then he finds out like shit, stuff like that. So it's a very like that's why I can assume this type of thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's a possibility, but it's just very highly likely in this type of thing. But they've already changed, like, betrayed how characters look already, so that's why I'm saying it could be different.
Okay, I just accidentally skipped to a frame in the outro of that, and I just got really excited.
The outro of the Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Oh no, did you, like, see a spoiler in the ending?
Not really.
Like next episode kind of thing?
Well, no. It's just like it's a generic outro that has like all like the characters that you'll see in it, but it's not even the characters that I'm excited about. It's this weapon. It's so cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen an image of his weapon, so I'm hoping.
Yeah,
it's in the trailer.
The sword.
Yeah. Black katana.
It's got like flame. It's weird.
Oh, I'm just looking at the trailer poster. Thing.
The frame that I saw was like. Like the traditional like Japanese art of like the tidal waves. It was like that, but coming out of his sword.
Yeah.
That's the frame that I skipped to, and I was like, oh shoot, it's gonna be pop.
Gonna be popping.
So yeah, I'm just kind of really
want
excited
more.
for it.
Just one more. Give me now. All right. So my notes that I put was CG bird.
Well, besides the bird, I really didn't even get a good look at it. I just looked at it for a second and was like, wait, what? And then it just blurted out. And then I was like, oh, okay.
At least it wasn't as bad as the next anime we'll talk about, but we'll keep that one on hold. The music change of Coming Home was weird, and I don't think it was needed. I think they should have just kept like a dead air. I think that would have been more dramatic than going like a certain other anime.
Like, I mean, for shonen and something like that, that's totally kind of normal to have like some creepy music to start coming in.
But I mean, that's not needed. Like
it's not needed.
Fucking
but, like,
American movies do that all the time. Like you have to know that you're being scared, so they make loud shing noises and all that other stuff. Like, it was just really.
I want to tell you something real quick. This isn't promised.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I like atmosphere and making sure that, you know.
But this is a shonen, and atmosphere comes more from.
Wait, are you talking about the music where he's like looking at all the dead bodies like that?
Yeah. No, like him literally walking up the mountain, and all of a sudden he gets home, his eyes get wide, and all of a sudden you hear like high pitched screaming, singing thing or something or another. And it was, to me, it was just really over the edge. Like, they could have, like, dialed it back. But
I felt like it was fine.
That's just my
opinion.
Music change when turning away from a demon. I don't remember what that one was. I think it was like a music change. Oh, I remember now. It was when she started crying on her brother. Like the music switched from, you know, drastic, you know, like tension grabber to, oh, she's crying on me. You know, the music switch immediately switched over to, you know, sorrow and sadness the second that she started crying on him. I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of typical and normal. I don't know. I don't know what your complaint there is, really.
The complaint is just being too, like, blatant about, oh, we should be paying attention to this. Like, yes, we know that she's crying on him. We know that she's, you know, all of a sudden human.
This is like typical shonen, though.
Yeah, it even gave, like, a pause between the music, too. Like, it went from, the, you know, like, the hardcore music, and then it, like, cut off, and it was slow-mo of the tear falling, and then it started the slow music playing. And then they didn't just like, oh yeah, slow music on her face, she's crying. Like, it kept the slow music while the ninja dude was running towards them.
Mm.
Well, it was kind of like they didn't know he was there yet, so it just was able to keep playing. I don't know. For typical shonen movie, like in this type of genre, like I don't know, all that's just normal. So I don't know. It's not.
I don't know. I like all of my movies and anime.
And like that,
you know, I can figure stuff. Not even talking about Promised Neverland right now.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
I know,
I'm just saying I want to figure it out on my own without someone telling me that there's a rock in a corner. Okay, like I know there's a rock over there.
But that's shown in. This is the genre.
Okay, that's just me. Okay.
I know.
You're saying figure what out though? Figure out like the connection between them, because I don't think the music really helps you figure that out. It just
figure out that something bad's gonna happen. So like back on the mountain, going up the mountain thing, his eyes are getting wide. He's seeing something bad. I don't need the music to be all jury to show me that something bad's happening. Just have like no sound whatsoever. It's more dramatic.
Want, like subtle hints from the music in a sense.
I mean, he literally hinted at it though. Whenever happiness is destroyed, the smell of blood. He's like, "Oh, the smell of blood," and then sprints.
And then like sprints, then music cues.
Yeah, I agree. The music was a little weird. It was trying to go for one of those like,
I will tell you,
eerie in a weird way vibe.
See what I felt like they did with that part. That one song, I will say they could have done a better music choice, or even like better job of hearing music. Yeah. But I will tell you, the first thought I had was Shiki, because Shiki has a lot of that type of music, but it's just beautifully well done, and I can tell you that because I've listened to enough Shiki OST enough that just beautiful.
It reminded me of ReZero. Not gonna lie.
But I will tell you, they could have done like probably a better job of like the song or whatever. But yeah, for what they were trying to do, for what a shonen is in this type of fucking anime, it's kind of normal and fine.
I don't remember what CG I thought was good, but the dodge and the animation. Really it was there was a couple of times where
like I think subtle CG, but it wasn't like a heavy amount.
You know, an entire crowd going into the air.
Or you know, fucking gate where like there's crowds of people all over on the ground and
talk about more CG. Of it. Yeah.
Anyway, so good. Want to see more?
Yes. Opaque, any other additional comments?
Nope. I think the CG we're talking about, by the way, was in the intro where it's first person walking through forest.
Okay, that,
Oh, yeah,
that was okay. I don't know. It was fine. It was just a good start.
I just
thing.
really hate CG, so every time I see
know.
it,
You've made
my
that
eye.
Point. You've made that point too many times.
I know, and I am gonna keep bringing it up because I hate CG. But like my eye catches it every time, so every time I see it, it's bad. I know it's bad.
I don't have a preference unless it's really bad. But
Like the entirety of the new Berserk series.
No, just Gate. So, occult civil servants.
I don't remember.
Like I said, Psychopath vibes.
I will say.
I don't remember why I put a zero budget opening.
Oh yeah, no, the budget, the opening,
That was so
very
trash.
low.
Like I've seen a low budget anime openings and them be good, but it was literally just like character. Are they actually doing anything? No, they're literally just standing there in a long strip in the middle of the screen with a regular city background, and the characters are outlined in heavy colors on the edges.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you now, just because I looked at it.
What's up?
The opening animation and drawings, that's how the manga looks. That's why.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they literally kind of took some of those scenes from the manga. Because that's like the art style the manga has.
That's weird.
But the colors too?
Yeah, like the colors and everything here, like, this is
What
straight.
the heck?
Wait a second. There you go. That's from the manga.
Oh,
Oh wow. I see.
that doesn't look as cheesy.
Here's another good picture, and I like it too.
So yeah, literally the same art style and
Yeah.
colors from the manga, just animated into an intro.
Yeah,
I see.
which
Oh.
isn't bad, and I think for them doing that's probably cool, but not knowing that beforehand, it definitely does not give off a good feel.
Yeah.
It definitely seemed like they were just kind of like, we're gonna put all of our money into the show when they actually didn't because our CG is shit. And just like, you know,
Okay.
not give anything to our opening. It
With
just felt
this-
really cheap.
My opinion has CG off to the side, so I don't really give opinion about that. But as far as story goes and everything,
Bland at
and
first,
even
good
main character,
ending.
It's very bland throughout the whole thing for me. I don't know, even ending.
Oh, really?
It just kind of felt like I've seen this story before. Of, hey, new guy, cool. Oh, you're different from like every fucking else person in the whole world. That's not weird. But we'll keep it going.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you can understand beings that no one in the whole world can understand. That's kind of cool, but that's weird. Oh,
Yeah.
you're being recognized as like a true like beer talker against among the fucking anothers. Not weird.
Well, we're gonna spray
And
the
then
pixie.
also the fact that the main character didn't even like really, or like not even like really help acknowledge the fact that he could understand him to the side fucking main characters. Like they were just like, "What's going the fuck on?" And he's just like, "I don't know."
He's apologizing,
like-
and they're in the love circle or something.
Yeah, well, no, he just gave very like, "Oh yeah, you don't know what's going on." But even when he found out like they can't understand him, he still fucking just really didn't explain much. And they would be like, "Can you fucking please translate?" And he's like, "Oh, they're saying this, but hey, let me go reply to him." Well, okay, thanks for fucking translating. Like, throw that out the window. I don't know. I just felt very like, seen this story where, hey, one person's different from the rest, and I mean, name a lot of animes, but just in the sense of, hey, this person can understand mythical creatures, not like everyone else. I just feel like there's better versions of this done. Also, yeah, I don't know. Very bland. Probably have to see another episode if I want to continue it or not.
Right, same.
Besides that, I'll say animation was very Dara for me.
Do-ra-ra-ra.
Dara, okay, thank you. Very familiar. It felt like familiar vibes to that. I will say,
You can't tell me that those CG like Tengu and angels or whatever you want to call them in the air did not look like shit.
I've seen worse. Just Gate and other animes, but I mean, they're.
Will
I
you
mean,
stop bringing up Gate, please? Like, just
No.
say the anime
Like,
that shall not be
up,
named.
If you're gonna bring up CG so much, I'm gonna bring up fucking Gate.
Okay, fine. I won't bring up CG anymore.
Well, I don't care you bringing it up, but like Gate's literally the only fucking anime I will actually hate. Like literally, out of all my fucking lists, it's the one fucking anime I'll say no, ever watch it.
You will never finish it. You like never try and rewatch it.
Yeah, no. I don't get how it has a fucking 4.8 fucking rating and shit.
You're definitely like the kid in the candy store that like, as the hate gets like the one piece of candy and tries it, like black licorice or whatever, and tries it once and will never try it again. Jesus.
With the Gate, yeah. I love sweets too, so this just completely counters that, but it's sad.
There's gotta be a sweet that you don't like. Anyways.
I will say, besides that animation stuff, the characters definitely gave off more of a...
He is a she. There is no way he is not a she, or was a transition to a he.
It's just a trap.
I am a girl. No, or a boy. Like, no, you definitely transitioned or something.
The voice is totally a guy, but the fucking character design's definitely a girl. And he's definitely set up to be a trap. I don't know why they need that in this type of anime, but he's there. Or even manga or story in general. But besides that, I felt the characters definitely look very similar to like, what's that fucking swimming anime?
Free.
Yeah, I had very similar feeling to like that. It's just kind of very similar like character look and design that very related to those type of animes. I don't know. Besides that, also they tried doing a Romeo Juliet thing and why? I don't know. This was very bland anime for me, and I was like,
it was a simple episode with some corny spots, but there were also like attention to detail moments that, like,
I do think the ending did get a little bit better, but I don't know.
It's like when they first, like the whole like, oh, let me spray something, and then like the whole like, hey, you can see them already. Oh, you're not fainting, cool. But like, yeah, like the whole like the attention to detail things. Like the reason they're using police tape is because people see that like normally, like all the time, and it's just a good way to hide like a barrier you're making.
But the reasoning they gave why the spirit or the anothers would go away from it was because of how the wind blows against them and stuff like that. And then they also were like, oh, the fucking guy girl is also the inventor of quote unquote tape. Of this some magical tape that it works as a fucking ward off. And even the main character, that was the one dumb thing. The main characters and even the side characters would comment on the shit that was like, why? Like the main character's like, is this really, it's just tape. And then they're like, tape. How the fuck do you understand them? Can you explain what's going on? We can't understand? Oh, well, the main character's gonna ignore you now. It's just stuff like that. It was just like, they address things and then just like, nah, we'll ignore it.
Yeah, because like even at the end when like the old dude with the wings comes to say like to the main character, oh, you're Abe no Seme or whatever his name was. Like before, right when the whole issue was being resolved, one of the dude lover came up to him and asked him what his name was. But before that, if you guys didn't catch on, the old dude actually
the old guy
flew over to him.
Yeah, I saw that.
So like you're like, what did they talk about? Yeah.
I think the old guy just came in and was like, hey, what's going on? And he kind of like, you guys gotta tell what's going on.
He obviously knows something, and I feel like he said something to the lover dude, and that's why he went and asked what his name was, because then he said, I'll remember that, and flies away. And then the old dude comes back later and says, hey, you have skills.
Well, I think that's why the old man asked, was like, hey, are you this? You're this, and it's been a long time. And I feel like he's kind of like
He's
the
a
family tradition. He's
reincarnation.
a reincarnation, another
Rein.
reincarnation,
I know.
or a fucking family tradition, family bloodline thing. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's more a bloodline thing because it's dealing with like usually when it deals with spirits and shit, it's more fucking
Right.
family bloodline.
You're.
Because like as he mentioned the name, he got dizzy as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't think. Well, I don't feel like he got dizzy from the name. I felt like he got dizzy just because it was all like hit him fast, and this totally explaining would be like it's his first time really awakening to this world and hearing all this and doing so much and understanding like so many different creatures at once that it just kind of like overwhelmed him and got dizzy because of it.
So he literally says, "Why are you calling me?" And then dizziness, and then
Yeah,
he
it may be.
says, who is whatever the name was. I don't know how to pronounce it.
IOSM.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
they tried
Dizzy.
to add complexity, but I feel like the episode was so simple that if they just added like a little, put in a little extra effort, they could have done it a lot better than how they did it already. Because there are some of those like minor obscurities that most people don't see, but at the same time, it's like you shouldn't have to look that hard to understand the episode, like the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be understood.
Well, because I mean, I can understand what they were trying to like get at with just trying to introduce the characters, but at the same time, like doing it a different way would have been better than just doing what they did in Psychopaths. Oh, hey, I'm a new recruit. Okay, well here is the new recruit. This is the new recruit's name. There's a person over here. There's a person over here. There's other people, and then we're gonna go, out in field. It's something that's already been done, and much better.
Oh,
Not to mention,
that's why I said like it was very bland. It was stuff that I've just seen before and like
right?
I've seen better.
They also didn't put much effort into like main conflict and how like
Right.
that reveals what the character can do. Because like, oh, tape solves the issue, but wait, that issue wasn't really the problem. Oh, they're flying out of the park. What does that mean? Oh, it just means they're flying out of the park and they're gonna interfere with humans now. Like, there's
Well,
not really any like deepness to
That
the issue.
was
there's no like, and also it's
Yeah.
just yeah. But I do feel like also like I probably a similar plot where fucking there's actually like an actual threat. Then he's got to solve normal everyday issues. Like
Yeah.
I've definitely seen an anime that's similar, but whereas like no, there's actually like demons that are trying to disrupt the beast. Unlike no, just love complex kind of issue.
And plus, the other thing, I think the thing that teased, like, fucking aggravated me the most about this episode, though, was there's a difference between hands held up that's like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't mean to hurt him, comparatively to, like, if you're, like, pointing your hand at somebody.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is how,
Like, their facial expressions were very adamant about, no, we're not here to, beat the shit out of you. We're, apologizing.
that's why I like, I don't know. That's the part where I was like, I've seen better of this type of anime and story.
Yeah. Because like even the people who like got involved, they were all trying to talk to the humans like, oh, what's her face already said she didn't mean to hurt him and yada yada yada, and then they try and throw grenades or whatever, and then
Which that didn't make any sense
others are
either.
like, wait, you can hear us? Like they were already trying to communicate to the
You
humans.
already communicating, and then they were like, oh yeah, huh? Wait, you can
Yeah.
understand it. Like, yeah, just yeah. That's why I was like, okay.
I just feel like the side main characters aren't that smart because after the
Yeah.
first time where the MC was like, hey, so and so and so and so are like in love with each
There was
other
no-
and they're flying away, they're like, Nani,
There was no-
how?
yeah.
What?
Well, they didn't really question. They're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? That was about it. That was like really kind of just what
'Cause
happened. Like
The MC even said like, what's her face is the angel. Like he even said that. So it's like, how else would
Well,
you know
he-
that? Like you
yeah,
don't
he
just
literally-
know.
he literally just told his whole life story of what just happened, and they were just like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dum-dums.
For me overall, I have to see more to like. I have to see at least one more episode to really give him.
Right, the full. Yeah.
Uh,
So,
besides that, I do think done better. that I've
Yep.
seen better.
So we have to give scores on the episodes, and which one are we most excited for to watch
Demon Slayer.
next time? They didn't really give too much on Dororo for, like, quote-unquote next episode, so, I mean, they, like, hinted towards the whole tattoo thing or whatever, but are they gonna go straight into it?
It was a good, like, setup episode, or, like, re-entry episode. That's about all I can say with Dororo.
Right. So do I think, like, they're gonna go straight into what was shown at the end with, like, the tattoo thing? I don't think so, so I definitely think Demon Slayer would be at the top. Because Dororo just didn't show enough, I think, for, like what they're gonna go and do next.
I don't know. Like, how they did the first 12 episodes, they could go straight into it, but at the same time, who knows? But...
Yeah, like, for me, for the score is, like, Dororo is at the top, and then it goes Demon Slayer and Occult, but the Demon Slayer is, like, way above the other ones for what episode I'm excited for next.
Agreed.
For me, I actually think Demon Slayer, this episode, for an opening to an anime, was pretty fucking banging. Is it better than the first episode of Dororo?
I don't know, first episode of Dororo was pretty good.
Right. I don't know if I could compare the two.
Where I feel like Dororo's last season, a little bit of a leftover, where I'm like, if we're talking about this season so far,
right, Demon Slayer.
I would say Demon Slayer has at least the top. Haven't watched any other ones this season yet.
Right.
Really say otherwise, but so far Demon Slayer looks
like banger, like a banger. It's gonna be the new Shield hero.
Well, I can't forget about One Punch Man. That was also gonna probably be top, but you know, that's obvious. But like towards new anime, new story shit, Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Yeah. If I'd have to give a score, like if I had to give a score, I'd probably give like the Occult anime like a 5, because it's not. It definitely didn't do anything new, so it's a 5 out of 10.
Oh.
Not your score of 5 out of 5. Like 5s are dumb.
Oh no, I agree. That's how my website works.
It's stars. You know, you don't have 10 stars. You have 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they do it like a restaurant, like 5-star restaurant.
Dororo. Yeah. Overall, I think I would give it a 7.8 right now. Like, I really, like, it was a decent episode, but I really didn't like it. Like, I can't say that I enjoyed the entirety of the thing, because I wrote an entire paragraph of notes for Dororo, while the other two animes, I was just like, nothing.
That's why I feel like it did what it was supposed to do, kind of episode. It was an episode to, like, kind of just build a little character, kind of, like, re-get back into the series. They took a week off, kind of situation. That's about it. I think it just did what it was set out to do.
Right.
Can't really expect more than that, or
and then
like that.
Demon Slayer gets like an 8.9. I don't want to give it a 9 or a 10, because I definitely know I've seen better openings to an anime, but like it was pretty damn good. But the music issue was just too much for me. It was just too much of a slap in your face, in my opinion. But that's just me.
CG pigeon minus 1 point.
Yeah, basically. Sure. But it got back a point, because it did have CG of like carrying the sister or something like that, but it wasn't so out in your face, so it really wasn't that bad.
I think Dororo 8, Demon Slayer 9, and then like maybe a 4 for
Yeah. For Occult, I'm probably like same scores as you, but for Occult, I think I'm just gonna give it like a 6, just because I understand it's a simple episode and I'm not really too triggered by it. But that's just me. I don't really care how simple it is yet. Like, if the second episode / third episode are still this simple, and like the side main characters are still like being really stupid, that's going straight down to a 2. Like,
like if it's gonna be like what what monster of the week, or can we stop them from fighting for whatever stupid reason?
What fucking Google fantasy creature can we find in the next 2 seconds? Oh,
Chimera.
demons. Got you. Okay.
If they do that, it's definitely a drop. Like if next week is like if Tengus and Angels were this week, and then it's demons and Oni the next or whatever, then I'm good. I can find better anime that do it better. Alright, so about half an hour before you need to go to bed. Any other comments or concerns that you want to talk about? Like how great Promised Neverland was, that everyone should watch it, even though no one's watching my stream right now anyways.
Can we talk about this season shit than last season?
Oh, we only did one podcast last season. I don't want
Bad
more.
at Maths movie.
I mean...
No, we did only do one podcast. What do you mean?
There was a trailer for season 2.
Season 2 of...
Promise.
There's a trailer out already?
Yeah, it doesn't really show anything. It's just a lot of like, hey, this is a bunch of highlight reel from season 1, but it's basically the announcement trailer. Just like, oh, here's a highlight of season 1, but in Emma talking and then showing 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. So if we wanted to, we could probably do a podcast on Monday for Dororo and these 2 other shows, and then on Thursday do Shield, is it Wednesday for Shield Hero?
Yeah, Wednesday Shield
Oh,
Hero.
okay. So Wednesday Shield Hero, Fairy Gone, and like one other anime if we wanted to.
Demon Slayers are
Punch.
Sunday, too.
One Punch that you haven't seen One Punch, and then it prepares for season 2.
Yeah.
But
I
podcast.
do want to watch Fairy Gone.
Fairy Gone is definitely on the list. Like, if you guys don't want to watch it, fine. Fuck yourselves. I want to watch it really, really bad.
I at least want to watch the first episode.
And I know, like, I promise not to talk about the CG at all, because that anime has a lot of it.
So, I get your issues with CG, but for me, I'm like, I get it.
I'm sorry, I'm
there's
old.
budget issues.
It's not just budget issues. I'm old.
I know that, but like,
Hand
kinda like for me,
drawn
it's more.
effort, not Avatar. Fuck. God, I'm just angry. No, I'm talking like blue Smurf
Yeah,
Avatar.
I know,
Not,
I figured. See, I don't know. There's some anime that I think they do CG well, and there's others where it's shit. But I think it's just like they need CG for some animes for certain things they gotta do. Is it CG the best animation thing to use at times? Not really. There's better, but it costs more.
I don't know. I think it's mainly
in the
because
future, maybe CG is better, but
right. I think it's
now,
mainly
kinda
because I'm
CG.
salty that I keep getting told that Knights of Sidonia is like one of the best animes. Like it should be on like your top like 50 list or something like that. And with there being a shit ton of anime, that's actually a pretty good number. But that entire anime is CG.
The one that's on Netflix. And shit?
Yeah, that entire anime is in CG, and I could not get past like the first like 10 minutes of it because the CG I thought was absolute trash.
I will give you when it's a straight up CG anime. Unless it's like
It's trash.
I don't know. I can't think of like other CG anime that I've watched that are good. I don't know, but like I will say, I was turned off by that anime just for how much like pure CG it was.
Ugh. I'm fine with
Yeah,
like,
I don't mind a mix of CG. There are some CGs where it's okay, but
cause
where
like
it's, like, a
the CG that I thought was good, like I think it was in Fate Zero. Like they do a camera angle turn where they get the entire character circumference, like they just have like it's entirely like in a circle around them, kind of like what happened in the Dark Knight thing, like the camera spinning around the two characters. That happens in Fate Zero, and it looks really good, even though you know it's CG. But the animation is done so well that you don't notice it. Like, it doesn't, like, catch your eye the second you're like, oh, there's this big block of something in with the 2D art. I don't know, maybe I just have a better sense of art. I don't know. Like, it just bothers me. It just really, really bothers me. I know, I actually don't. I just like half-naked women. I can't help it.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, fuck CG.
Oh, so, by the way, random thing. Sorry to keep this fucking recording going, but,
We're at the hour mark.
I had to watch 20 more anime for me to hit fucking 800 watch.
Dang.
Oh my god, why have you watched that many?
What do you mean?
That is crazy. Well, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean that in like a shit way. That's just kind of like, I don't think I could actually watch 800. I can't even find enough anime to interest me to that number.
That's where like me and Paper are the people that, especially this season, and this season's like gold mine of it. Hey, this anime looks okay, but it looks shit at the same time.
Like, it's gonna be trash, and you know it's gonna be trash if you still watch it.
Yeah,
no.
That's why I have a lot, and even Paper.
Like, the only trash I can say that I like completely finished was School Days, and that. No, like, I think I think that's why, like, it traumatized the living hell out of me that I don't want to watch anime trash anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm like, no, I watch School Days. I already been through the worst. Don't give me anymore.
See, I don't know. Some of the anime trash can actually be good gems, and they're actually good, even though like there's issues with animation or budget. But
Season 1 of Attack on Titan for normies.
Well,
well, I mean, when you're getting into anime, Attack on Titan, at least like the first season is good.
Same thing with One Punch Man. It's just like once you get into it, you like Attack on Titan takes a while to get into like the main story action cool parts that it's supposed to be about. By a while, I mean like the main dude literally takes like a billion years to learn how to use the equipment, but you know that's just me. Yeah, that's why One Punch was like everyone's like, you know, they watched Attack on Titan and One Punch, but they talk about One Punch because One Punch is literally like first episode, just like pop, dude's dead.
I mean,
you can't kill a fly, but all of a sudden just smacks a mosquito.
Well, that's why that's why I really like fucking One Punch, and I'm excited for season 2 because it's literally they're like, you know, we're gonna take OPMC, but literally throw everything you know. Meme the fuck out of it.
Bald.
He literally is a One Punch
flat-eyed
guy, but for him to be one like super strong dude, he's gotta be bald.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just like it's a perfect meme. Fucking.
I stressed out so much I lost all my hair. Shing.
Yeah, like no spoilers for later episodes, but like even in the first episode, you see like he's only ever had to use One Punch for anything. So in his dream, when he finally has a fight, it's like the fire in his eyes, and then he wakes up and they're just dead again. It's like funny joke.
Yeah, literally funny.
Funny joke.
What's a good one is how what's it called? Fucking last episode. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. It's good.
Last episode of what?
One Punch.
Don't talk about it. I haven't seen it.
No, that's why I canceled. No, that's why I stopped right at said.
It's like, yeah, it's good. This is why we need to watch One Punch podcast. It's Pog. That's where all the memes come from, where it's like turn left and turn right. The right is anime, the left is hentai. Immediately directly to the left.
I think the last because I know I've seen up to the episode where he like pretends to hit genocide but stops, and then all of a sudden he looks behind him and the mountain's missing.
Oh yeah,
that's like episode 4 or 5, no?
Yeah,
or is
it's
that
like
later?
really early on. It's really early on.
Yeah, that's as most as I've watched because my friend wanted to watch it in English.
Yeah, that episode was good.
Fuck?
Yeah, no, the English one is bad. I watched both.
I have never watched the English, and I'm happy I haven't.
I don't know. My best friend really likes watching anime in English because I don't know. It's just trash.
Some anime are okay to watch in English, but not all of them.
Soul Eater, because it's only.
Soul Eater is really good.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I tried watching Madoka. Like it all depends on what you watch first. Like I tried watching Madoka Magica in English with him, and I wanted to rip out my fucking eardrums. And
the Machikugo one, right?
Yeah, Madoka Magica.
Yeah, that one's better in Japanese. Another one that's really decent in Japanese is SAO. Even though I know you don't like SAO, but SAO's dub is not bad. Ghost Stories, something we should all watch one of these days.
All right,
that's a big theme.
So we talked about the 3 animes or whatever. We will probably do another podcast on Wednesday to talk about Shield Hero. Yay! Bye, stream.
And